Thursday, May 15, 1975, 2:09 p.m. He watched the second hand slowly sweep toward 12 and then jumped from his desk at the first sound of the bell. Afternoon recess wasn't very long, but it was his favorite. Not only did it smell like summer outside, but afternoon break meant he was closer to the end of the day, closer to the end of the week, and best of all, closer to the end of the school year. Almost 3 months of glorious summer vacation beckoned, which in May seemed like an eternity before the last week of August, when he'd start all over again, as a 5th grader. 10-year-old Brody Quail followed Rich Gable and Gary Thompson down the hall and out the double doors to the playground. The sun was warm on Brody's face as the 3 boys ran across the pea gravel toward the grassy part of the playground, dodging the smaller kids who were racing to the swings and jungle gyms. Afternoon recess was only 20 minutes long, and they had a game of Smear the Queer to finish, except they couldn't call it that around Mrs. Carlisle, one of the teachers who prowled the playground during recess. For some reason, she didn't like the name. Around her, they called it Annihilation. The teams from earlier were already forming up. A combined 4th and 5th grade team against the 6th graders. John Bullard, one of the bigger 6th graders, was tossing a football from hand to hand, the rest of his team lining up behind him. Bullard had tackled him once, right after Brody got the ball and before he could toss it to one of his friends. Not only had Brody had the wind knocked out of him, but he was sure he had heard his ribs crack. Brody was small for his age, but didn't let his lack of size hold him back. "Sorry, kid," Bullard had said. "You gotta be quicker with the rock." Bullard could have easily ruled the playground with an iron fist, as there weren't many other kids his size, but instead he was a gentle giant. He'd helped Brody up and even patted him on the back. Coming from a 6th grader, that was pretty cool. Rich was the de facto leader of Brody's team. He was bigger than any of the 5th grade boys and the most athletic. They huddled around Rich, forming a circle just like the NFL teams did on Sunday, with Rich down on one knee. All eyes on him. "Pass it quick and keep it away from Bullard. Try to get it to me, Gary, or Lance." Lance was a 5th grader who could run like the wind. "Okay, ready, break." Everyone clapped their hands at the last word and spread out to receive the kick. During lunch recess, the 6th graders had scored 3 times, and they were ahead 21-14. It was time to get some revenge. The rules were simple. The team with the ball had to get it to one of the fences by moving it however they could. Passing, tossing, handing off, whatever, without getting tackled. Touch the ball to the chain link, and it's a touchdown. 15 guys on either side. The game was fun, fast, and physical. Tackle, not touch, because touch was for wussies. And best of all, the girls liked to watch. Brody glanced back toward the school and saw all the 6th grade girls, along with the girls from his class, sitting Indian style on the grass and trying to look disinterested. Debbie Wilson was there too. God, she was pretty. Brody imagined himself getting the ball and crashing through the 6th graders right in front of her, heading toward the fence and scoring a touchdown. A tug on his arm. "Brody?" His little brother, Murphy, a 1st grader. "Not now, Murph." "Can I play?" "Scram, Murph. Get off the field." "I want to play too." Brody took his brother by the arm. "Not yet, okay? You'd get squished. Go over there and watch. Just stay out of the way." Brody watched the smile fade from his brother's face. "Mom says you have to play with me." "Not now, Murph." "Ready?" Bullard called, getting ready to punt the ball to their side. "Hey, Quail, get your brother out of here." That was Rich, staring at him. So was everyone else. Brody felt the heat rise up the back of his neck. "Get off the field, Murph, now. Go watch." "I'm gonna tell Mom," Murph said as he turned and ran back to the playground. Gonna tell Mom. Murph's favorite saying. Brody loved his brother, but the kid could be a royal pain in the rear. Like now. Brody waved at Rich. "Okay, ready," Rich yelled. Brody crouched and put his weight on the balls of his feet. His ready position, as his dad called it. With a boom, Bullard sent the ball into the sky. He sure was a good punter, and it tumbled down to